Hey friends, I'm starting this series on ways and things that you can do to help end the mealtime battles and support you in raising an intuitive eater. So today I want to talk about just one pivot that you can make at mealtimes that can just help support your child in feeling like they have more autonomy and also encouraging their intuitive eating abilities that they already have. And this is really important because it is the foundation of building a trusting feeding relationship with our kids. We want to approach feeding with our children in a respectful way. And I think sometimes as parents, we are so bogged down with pressure to get our kids to eat or to get them to eat certain foods. And that pressure sometimes gets projected onto our kids and they can pick up on that. And sometimes I think that pushes them off and pushes them away. And, when kids feel pressured to eat, it actually creates aversions to the very foods that we might want them to eat. And again, first, it's just really here taking a step back and seeing the big picture. We want to create positive mealtime experiences where we can connect with our children and just make it an inviting place for our kids to learn about food and to learn about what feels best in their bodies. Remember that our kids are already born with intuitive eating abilities, and it's really just our job to preserve those, and they can self-regulate what they need to grow at a rate that is right for them and to support their overall health and nutrition. So really, it's just about focusing on our jobs with feeding and trusting our kids to do their part with eating. So back to my tip. At mealtime, sometimes we put things on our children's plate in effort to try to get them to eat it. And sometimes we just have to plate our kids' foods because that's what's easier. And at the end of a long day, you don't even want to go there. You just want to dish everything out and serve it to your children. One thing I want you to think about, and this is especially important if you might have a child that's more selective around food or eating, is to consider the pressure they might feel if food is put on their plate for them. Sometimes just having food on their plate can feel overwhelming, especially if it's a bigger portion, especially if it's a food that they're still learning how to eat. If they already see it on their plate, that can make them feel overwhelmed. And sometimes that can, again, create stress or anxiety in their body that can shut down their desire to eat or their appetite. So one pivot that you can make here is to ask your child to help you put food on their plate if they want it. So let's say it's, I'm just using an example here, like a bowl of broccoli. And instead of just dishing it out and putting it on your child's plate, you can ask them, would you like to help me put some of this on your plate? And by asking that question, you're including them in the mealtime process, but you're also helping them feel like they have some respect too when it comes to their preferences and the things that they like or the things that they want to try or maybe aren't ready to try. When you're including them in that process, that can really help build their confidence. And you know what? Your child might say, no, I don't want any of that. And you say, okay, that's okay. We'll have it on the menu again next time. And then you might reintroduce it at a later time. But if your child is open to helping you, if they're able to scoop it and put it on their plate themselves, that's helping build their confidence. That's also helping them engage with the food in a way that doesn't involve any pressure to eat it. And again, you're supporting their autonomy at the mealtime, which really goes a long way in building their confidence and supporting their intuitive eating abilities. And again, this is a pivot shift because as parents, sometimes we have hidden agendas and we want our kids to eat or try certain foods. And we feel like if I just put it on their plate, then that will help them or they might take a bite of it. But again, it's just taking a step back and seeing like, okay, maybe if I ask my kid or invite them to help me serve themselves, this can go a really long way in supporting just your overall meal times, making them a more positive experience. And when kids don't feel pressured and they're able to put something on their plate because they want to eat it, not because they feel pressured to eat it, you are supporting their intrinsic, like their internal drive to eat. And kids want to eat, they want to learn how to eat a variety of foods. It just has to happen on their timeline and not ours. So I hope this is helpful. I do have a blog post that goes into this in a little bit more detail. And I also have a free download for you if you're looking for some more phrases that you can say or use at mealtimes to make them a more positive experience and just to help support you on your journey in raising intuitive eaters. So check it out. I'll put those links in the comments below, and feel free to leave any questions there as well. All right, thanks for watching.